Figured I may as well let you hear her in action. We're almost patriotic here. We got the blue, got the orange, which is kind of like red, got the yellow, which is kind of like white. I'm going to go with that. We got blue and white there too. Oh yeah. If you can see the black thing in the water down there at the end of the suction pipe, we started yesterday. We had a little vortex going, sucking too much air. I thought we had the little balls that people put up for their horses to play with. You know, a little red ball, like, I don't know, foot and a half in diameter with a handle on it. Yeah, nobody could find it. That's a soccer ball stuffed inside a zippered out tire tube off of a combine, tied up with twine. Easiest way I could figure to hold on to the ball so it didn't float away. It stayed right there all night. There's 2 pieces on it. That's the second time over here. I stopped it right when it was just breaking over the edge. Took it back there last night, ran it till dark. That one better be running. Well, I think I was going to say this is it's about 6:45, September 11th. Being 6:45 our time, yeah, things were already happening. I really wish I could see the other sprinkler from here, make sure it's actually going, but this one's hitting in the right place. So the other one should be going good. And I really am tempted, not that I want to do it, but I am tempted to drag that little soft hose traveler down here. See what it'll do. Because it could seriously be running right along that fence up there and finish the gap quite nicely. Or it could be over here on the other half of this, getting most of it. Yeah, ramble day, folks, ramble day. Right at about midnight our time, I put up a little slideshow last night. I think when it went up was 11:58. Close enough. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, I don't know. One of those days you don't forget. I have not heard anything about the fires this morning. I wanted to get this going, you know. The last 2 nights I've actually slept good, but getting up in the morning's been an issue. I don't know why. Well, yeah, I do. Being a little thick to breathe once in a while. The body decides it needs more time. Add to that the long hours in this stuff. I hear things out there in the smoke, but I have no idea what I'm hearing. I don't think any of it's firefighting stuff, because I haven't heard much of that unless they got the plane in. "49 degrees, 68% humidity this morning. And you know what? There really still isn't a dew. Even with water running down here, nothing else down here has any moisture on it. You know, we haven't had a dew in, I don't know. No, we did have one like a week ago. It was a really heavy one too. I mean, that's like the only one I can think of for a while. I almost thought there was a dew on the gate handle up here when I came out. I don't know what his number is. But he's one that sneaks in the barn, looks at you like, are you going to give me some grain? And then takes off the second you try. What is your number, dude? $125? Is that who you are? Yeah. But I love that eye patch on him. $8.25 with a hair through the middle of the 8. That's why I can't read it. Okay, here's your higher view. There's no way we can see anything from up there today. This is actually probably worse than yesterday at this time of morning. And that's enough for now. Hey, 10:30 now. See that way a little ways. Can't see that way very well. Sprinklers are still both going good. Still got a couple of horses here. Lady that owns the white one, she texted me last night. I wonder when my horse can come home. I go, you're still in the zone 3. Good news for today. I hear they had some drizzle down by Lincoln City where there's a fire at the coast. Helped them out a little bit. And the fire to our west, that one, they've changed their evacuation zones. Part of zone 3 is now dropped to zone 2. And from what I hear, all of what was zone 2 is now zone 1. So a bunch of people are supposed to get to go home. Sprinkler's still running. It'll be up in a little bit, I suppose. Cows just got fed. It's been a slow morning. We were trying to see what we could find out, but you know, the news really didn't say a damn thing this morning. The other close big fire to our east that they pulled crews off of yesterday so they could reevaluate what they're doing. They're fighting it again, but I think what they're doing is just working one side with all the crews they had, probably. And crews from South Dakota made it in this morning, and they're down about 70, 80 miles south of us at Staten, working on a fire down there. So, between the Canadians and their airplanes and the South Dakota fire crews, thank you. They're really concerned that a couple fires to our east, the closest one was 3 to begin with, that all merged into one huge one. I think they said it's 182,000 acres, and I don't know how many towns were in it. There's 2 others that aren't too far, 124,000 acres, and I don't recall what the other one was. And it's kind of looking like they could all make one. Still about 1 million acres burning, but you know, you hear one story, and that's in the evening, and the next morning they tell you the exact same thing. So I don't think they know, and I have not. It's really kind of pissing me off. I have not been able to find any aerial maps that show where the fires actually are. They throw one up on the screen of the TV. You can't see the damn thing, and it shows one fire. What about the rest? So, anyway, I'll get you some more later. So we really need to get a pressure gauge on here and maybe one on the pump. I just stepped it off. And my steps are, you know, pretty close to 1 yard. It's about 42 yards from the sprinkler to the end of the wet. Maybe a little less than that. I was 42 steps, so no, it's probably 38 or 40 yards, I guess. She was having a hard time since last year we never did make it work to reel itself in. Things needed to be adjusted, so I did that so it'll finish reeling in. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, not really. There's a link there with the white piece on it. On the other side of that, there's a solid link. It's got a rubber stopper that stops it. I don't know. We've had the belt come off twice this morning. I don't know if it's because it's too fast or what. Pressure's what dictates that. Well, that might explain a couple leaks we got here. And the packing on the pump, I tightened that up 2 or 3 times yesterday, and it's dripping more than it should now. Probably not going to worry too much about that. It's pumping, it ain't sucking air. And I got a bad valve. It got cold a couple years ago and it popped the end out of it. I took it apart and everything looked good, so we put it back together and it sealed last year. Yeah, I'm not touching it, it's just a leaking. But that's the only leak we have. We don't even have a leak at the pipe going out, which has always been an issue. We do have a little leaky dribbling into the creek at the joint over there. But other than that, this one's leaking on the back side of the joint at the pipe, at the metal pipe. You know, other than that, nothing's leaking. So it's got more than enough pressure, because that's how those seals work, is with pressure. All but the one that's on that big traveler up there, and it's leaking like a sieve. But we're going to deal with that for now. I'm waiting for this one to get up here so I can shut it off and move it. And waiting for number 1 to get back from town. I'm going to put a new battery in the one bike. The one we use all the time. It's been an issue and it won't take a charge now. So it's not going to be an issue anymore pretty soon. And the push start switch for the pump. She picked up a couple switches. Hopefully one of them will fit in there. If not, somebody else makes a trip back to town. Becky heard that somebody saw a convoy of fire rigs coming down Interstate 84. They said Florida on them. Hey, I know a couple people in Florida. So thank you, Florida. And our governor finally asked for federal assistance yesterday. What do you know? It was granted almost immediately. They'd been waiting all week for her to ask, and she wouldn't ask. Kind of like she wouldn't call a conflagration on any of the fires. Till she finally did, and then she was pretty well forced into calling a conflagration on all of them, not just one at a time. So, yeah, can't fix stupid, can't fix idiocy. Good thing is it's her last term as governor. But she's been raising money to run again. I ain't figured that one out either. She ain't supposed to be able to run again. She shouldn't have been able to run last time. Eastern Oregon got the brunt of it last time around when they had bad fires. Now it's the whole state, so, you know. Anyway, water flying here. Have no clue what's going on up there. We've heard absolutely nothing. I saw on the ticker tape on the TV that they're changing some of the evacuation zones. A lot of what was zone 2 is now zone 1. What was zone 1 is nothing anymore. Part of what was zone 3 is zone 2. Mostly for the fire out at Hag Lake. And I did see a couple of mentions for 2 or 3 of the small roads up here on the hill. So that's what I know. I'll probably go ahead and throw this up. It's going on 2:30 now. Probably won't be anything else exciting today. I plan on getting our old soft toes traveler set up and maybe running, because I'm pretty sure we got more than enough pressure to do it. And our water level, I just checked down at the bridge, our water level has not changed in the creek. It's holding, so we're good for a while. Don't know how long, but we're good for a while. So thanks for watching, everybody. thank you for the well wishes, and definitely thank you to any state, province, any of that stuff that has sent some help our way. Yeah, I mean, we feel helpless sitting here because we can't get out and try to help anybody because we don't know, you know, they could come knock on the door in 10 minutes and say, get the hell out. And we're not even in an evacuation zone, but it's still zone 3 within a half a mile of us. I had a message earlier, a friend of mine asking if I knew anybody that had any hay and a trailer to haul it with. Well, yeah, I got almost enough hay to get us through the winter, if we're lucky. And there's an empty trailer sitting up there too. If the fire's coming, well, it don't do me any good. Get it out of here. If it's not coming, we still need it. So it's kind of hard to, you know, slit my own throat to help somebody else. We've done it before. I mean, don't get me wrong. We shipped a lot of hay out quite a few years ago, but we had the hay to spare. We didn't get a dime for it. And 3 guys that were hauling it, they didn't get a dime either. We spent, I think, 4 days loading semis and shipping it off. Anyway, hey, remember what today is. Never forget.